Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Unlock Show. I'm your host, Tracy Wilson, and it is my pleasure to be with you today. I've got a bit of a croak in my voice because I've just finished an amazing interview with somebody else who I'm going to share with you guys in a few weeks' time, and you need to look out for that because it was an amazing interview. But anyway, so I'm on a bit of a high. I want to talk today about the most important decisions that you can make in your business and life. And a lot of the time, we kind of overcomplicate this whole process of figuring out what decisions I should make and understanding what are the most powerful and the most important decisions that I can make in my life, and am I being intentional about it? So I want to say welcome to everybody. Welcome to those of you who are from our Success Secrets for Business, Family and Life group on Facebook. You guys are amazing, and it's great to have you guys here. And also, if you're listening in on the podcast, welcome to you guys too. And if you're not inside of the Facebook group, well, boy, oh boy, you got to find us on Facebook, Success Secrets for Business, Family and Life, and just make sure that you join the group. So today, like I said, I want to talk about the question that I have for you around, are you actually being intentional and deliberate when you're making the most powerful and important decisions in your business and in your life? So the question I've got for you first is, if I were to ask you what would be the most powerful or most important decision that you could ever make in your life, what would it be? So I'm going to give you guys a few minutes, and like always, you can chat with me because this is a live show right now. If you're on YouTube or even on Facebook, you should see the comment section below. You can type to me. So I want to know, what do you think is the most important and the most powerful decision that you could make in your life and your business? What would it be? And I'm going to wait, like I said, I'm going to wait a couple of minutes because I want you guys to digest that. And you might be thinking right now, holy crap, that is a deep question. Like, that's a big question. How am I going to answer this? And like I said, most people, when you ask that question, they start thinking really deep. They start thinking about, oh, what would it be? And overcomplicating it. We start to analyze, what would that most powerful and most important decision to be in my life? Now, I want to talk about this because it underpins one of the core success traits that we can ever do to be successful in our life and business. It's like one of the things that we talk about in our upcoming book that Vicky Helm and I have written, called The She Myth. It's one of the questions that we address in there. And I've got a few things coming through, and it'll be interesting when I actually share with you what I think the most powerful question is that you could ask yourself. So when we talk about this, I think it's the most powerful one, because it has the ability for you to be able to make change in so many different areas of your life. And I was just talking with somebody else just a minute ago, and we were talking about entrepreneurship and how we as entrepreneurs, so you guys listening and watching, you have an entrepreneurial mind, an entrepreneurial thrive that you want to fulfill on. Generally, what we do as entrepreneurs is we are constantly thinking about, what can we do? How can we make this better? How do I kind of look into the future and then bring that? He talked about bringing that future forward and looking it in the face and going, is that what I want? And how do I create that and start building that for me right now? So like, collapsing time, let's call it that. One of the things that you must do, so the most important question that you must answer, the decision that you need to make, is around choice. It's around you being able to choose to change. So whenever we want something different in our life, the first thing that we need to do, the most important and powerful decision that we can make, is, am I willing to change? Am I willing to do things different? Am I willing to go on a journey of transformation? Because if you want something different in your life, that is the very first thing you need to be prepared to do. It is to answer the question that, am I prepared to make a change? Because if you're not, you're likely to continue in the status quo, or be meandering along in life and just dealing with whatever it is that you get. So I wanted to bring this forward, and I want you to be very intentional with you making those powerful decisions. So like I said, the very first is, am I willing to change and to transform? Because once you do that, the next question you need to answer is, am I willing to bank on myself? So often we want the change, we want the transformation, but we start to do this. We start to look around and we start to look externally. Who can help me with that change? Who could I get to assist me with my change and with my transformation? When in fact, that change and that transformation actually needs to work on the inside. You've heard me talk about this before, because I think the place that, all of our growth and our transformation starts, it actually starts from the inside first. And then, once you've got that, you're confident and you're willing to make the change and you're committed to making that change and going on the journey of transformation, then you can then start to look externally and go, well, what do I actually need to bring this reality that I've created in my mind, this, fabrication at that point in time? How do I actually turn that into reality? So we're going to see it in our mind. We're going to see what it is that we want and what we want to have in our life. Then we're going to start to collapse time by saying, I'm going to make the changes that are required for me to have the transformation that I need to start being, doing, and having all the things that I want to have in my reality in the very near future. So that's the first thing that you need to do. In our upcoming book that we've got coming out, like I've said, is called The She Myth. And you can actually go over to theshemyth.com and get on the waiting list for this book when we bring it out to market, which is likely to be in the end of November. But you will see more of these success traits. There's actually 12 of them that we actually go through in some detail inside of the She Myth book. And it really teaches you as a female how to overcome a lot of the myths that we have that we've been accustomed to, or that we have been thrusted upon us over many, many, many years. They've become, myths and beliefs that we have taken on board, which have actually impacted our ability to stand up, stand firm, and stand out in the world of business. So the very first thing that we talk about in terms of some of the success traits, it is about you first choosing to make the decision to choose to change. All right. So there's no big decision that you need to make. You don't need to really think really deeply about that. The first decision is, am I prepared to change, or do I like where I am right now? And if I don't like where I am right now, make the decision to change, start the transformation journey. And then when you start to do that, what you're going to start seeing is that you're going to have, be more empowering. Your decisions will come, a lot clearer. You'll have a lot more clarity in what you do. And when you start to change your own world, your own environment, very soon you will realize that when you can change your own environment, you change your own world, you'll start to see that then empowers you, and you'll realize that you can actually start to change the world, which is what we're all about. So right now, part of the conversation that I just had, a few minutes ago with another entrepreneur, was that we are at this point of time. We're at a I've been saying I really don't like the word unprecedented, but we're at an unprecedented time. I'm going to use it right now, where we have this massive opportunity to create something new, particularly when you are an entrepreneur. And if you look around you, everything that we have in the world right now was created by an entrepreneur, a business person who had a thought that they wanted to make a change. They wanted to improve something. They wanted to make something better. They wanted to create a new reality. And over time, because these people are doing that, we start to see the world that we live in now. Now, my question to you is, why can't you be part of that? Are you being part of that change? Right now, in the world of business, is the time to do it. I don't think we're going to have another opportunity like we do right at this point in time with everything that's going on in the world in 10, 15, 20 years time. This opportunity may not be here again. So if you are sitting on the fence, you're wondering whether or not you should step out and do something entrepreneurial, or you've got an entrepreneurial thought in your mind and you want to make a change somewhere, so whether that's internally or you want to make a change with a product or a service, now is the time to do it. So I'm just going to ask that question again. Are you prepared to make a change? And if you are you then prepared to bank on yourself to make that change? Because we can consistently look, constantly look outside of ourselves to try and get help. But if we really look at our, internally, and we bank on ourselves, and we kind of, puff up our chest, and we get, we get ready to stand up, stand firm, and stand out, now's the time to do it. So like I said, there's actually 11 more success traits that we cover off inside of the She-Myth book, which is coming out very shortly. You can head on over to shemyth.com and you'll be able to get on the waiting list for that book. I'm going to do a really short session today because that's what I wanted to talk about, was are you being intentional, and are you making the most powerful and important decisions in your business and in your life? And it starts with that one very simple question, which is, are you prepared to make a change? Are you prepared to transform? Same kind of thing. But then secondly, are you prepared to bank on yourself, and are you ready to go? Get ready, people, because now is the time to do it. I'm going to say thanks very much for watching today's show. Keeping it short and simple today, because it's a beautiful day here on the Gold Coast. I am going to hang out, going to head off to the beach very soon, a little bit later on this afternoon, and get in some sun rays and enjoy the weekend. So I'll be back again next week. I've got another special guest with me next Wednesday. So Wednesday, 10 a.m. Brisbane time, and I'll be back again on Fridays, also 10 a.m. Brisbane time. So thank you very much for joining me on the Unlock Show today. Short and sweet today, but it's a really specific thing that I wanted to talk about, and I want you to have a think about, are you being intentional about making powerful decisions, powerful and important decisions? And that very first decision is, are you prepared to change? Because if you're not, you really need to think about that, because things probably aren't going to change in your world if you are not prepared to change and transform. So have a great day, guys, and I'll see you back again on another episode of Unlocked next Wednesday. Have a great day, guys. Bye.